Each year, Duke honors exceptional contributions by faculty and staff with one of our highest honors, the Presidential Awards. In this most unprecedented year, our Duke colleagues rose to the challenge and helped keep us on the course toward a more vibrant and inclusive future. Some took on new roles, others served patients, students, and the Durham community, and many created, innovated, and made extraordinary contributions in the areas of COVID relief and anti-racism and equity. For this year's Presidential Awards, we received more nominations than ever before, which reflects both the commitment of our faculty and staff and our tremendous gratitude for their efforts. Join me today in taking a moment to honor the individuals and teams who best demonstrate the values that define and shape Duke as an institution. Hello, I'm Duke University President Vince Price, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Duke's annual Presidential Award Ceremony, our first and hopefully the last to be held virtually. We're here today to celebrate people and to recognize that our university is only as strong, as healthy, as collectively capable and accomplished as our faculty, staff, clinicians, students, and alumni throughout the world. That has perhaps never been more readily apparent than this past year, as we witnessed the tireless work of so many in our community to address the unprecedented challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic and lead the way toward a more just and equitable future. Through it all, our employees have been truly exceptional. Tonight, we're gathered to recognize just a few of their most extraordinary contributions with Presidential Awards, Duke's highest honors for faculty and staff. But I should note that these awardees were chosen from hundreds of deserving nominees, far and away our most competitive year ever. And we know that a great many others who might also deserve recognition were not nominated. So before we begin, let me say thank you to all of the staff and the faculty members at Duke for all that you do to exemplify our institutional values. I count myself very fortunate to work alongside thousands of employees who provide real leadership to our community and have a vital hand in shaping Duke's identity. I also want to recognize those who help support tonight's awardees and the colleagues and nominators of tonight's awardees who took the time to bring their work to our attention. And perhaps most importantly, let me say a special thank you to the family members and friends of our awardees. Though we can't be together in person, I hope that you will keep our Presidential Award tradition alive and cheer loudly when your awardee is recognized. I usually have to ask the crowd to hold your applause, but one of the very few benefits of the virtual ceremony is that we don't have to worry about talking over the cheers. So please, loud cheers. Let me now turn things over to Kyle Kavanaugh, our Vice President for Administration, for a discussion of the importance of these awards.
Well, thank you, Vince. Each year we come together to honor the best of the best among our faculty and staff, those who have lived out the Duke values through their extraordinary accomplishments. But this was no ordinary year. This past year challenged us in ways we could never have imagined. In truth, we each have had what is likely the most challenging year of our careers. Yet, at every turn, our faculty and staff stepped forward to meet the relentless challenges and faced and found innovative ways to overcome them. I personally have never been more proud to work at this place called Duke. While there were many deserving nominations this year, our committee has identified a select few to receive the Presidential Award, the highest honor given by Duke to staff and faculty members. This challenging chapter in our history will highlight these individuals and their accomplishments. Their names will be inscribed on the Presidential Award plaque, becoming exemplars of what is possible and an inspiration for those who come after.
Thank you, Kyle. Tonight, we're honoring individual and team Presidential Award winners. I'd like to begin by recognizing our individual winners who exemplify our university values, demonstrate leadership, and inspire their colleagues. Without further delay, let's get started. First up, John Anderson, Assistant Professor community and family medicine. John Anderson has served as Chief Medical Officer of Duke Primary Care throughout the pandemic, executing the coordination of drive-up testing sites, respiratory care centers, and transition to telehealth visits. He's enabled the unit to continue serving thousands of patients, despite the extraordinarily challenging circumstances, while also protecting the safety and well-being of his colleagues, including more than 350 providers and 1,000 staff members who work in our 50 primary care offices and urgent care centers. For his extraordinary efforts this year, I am delighted to present John Anderson with the Presidential Award.
I am honored and humbled by this award. It was truly a surprise. Relationships have always been important to me. For the past 30+ years, I have had a deep and abiding relationship with Duke University and the Duke University Health System. This award reflects both the depth and intimacy of that relationship. It has been my privilege to serve this great institution, our patients, and the communities we are part of. I am also grateful for the exceptional leaders I am privileged to work alongside. It has been a team effort. This is a great honor, and I cannot thank you enough.
Next up, we have David Arrington, Associate Dean for Finance and Administration in the Sanford School of Public Policy. In his 4 decades at Duke and 20 years at Sanford, David Arrington has provided invaluable financial stewardship and leadership to the Duke community, including by transforming financial and grant support for faculty members and researchers. But he has truly gone above and beyond in his capacity as coordinator of the Sanford School's response to COVID, ensuring the safety of the entire Sanford community and working in close collaboration with the dean to ensure financial continuity. He's even taken a literally hands-on approach to the pandemic, moving furniture to facilitate social distancing, raking leaves, reconfiguring classrooms, and installing tents between the buildings. For his extraordinary efforts this year, I am delighted to present David Arrington with a Presidential Award.
I am deeply honored and also very humbled at being selected as one of this year's Presidential Award recipients. In reflecting on this high honor, I approach my job each day with the goal of leaving it better than I found it when I arrived that morning. Some days I'm more successful than others in that endeavor. For the past 21.5 years, I've called the Sanford School of Public Policy my home and have diligently done my best to serve our faculty, staff, and student community. This award stands out as one of the pinnacle moments in my Duke career, and I am grateful for the recognition.
Next, we have Kafui Duraza, Associate Professor of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences and Assistant Professor of Biomedical Engineering, Neurobiology, and Neurosurgery. Kafui Duraza, who is the first African-American student to receive a PhD in neurobiology at Duke, has since gone on to an extraordinary career as a researcher, earning numerous awards from the National Institutes of Health. One colleague called him a force of nature, a rock star, who has broken the mold of physician scientists. Perhaps his greatest contribution to the campus community has been through his mentorship and his advocacy for minority populations in science, providing direct support to dozens of students and colleagues, designing and implementing core values for his lab, and advocating for policies that address systemic racism across the academy in both scientific journals and national and international media outlets. For his extraordinary efforts this year, I am delighted to present Kafui Duraza with a Presidential Award.
To President Price, the selection committee, the nominators, and the broader Duke community, I am humbled to be selected for this Presidential Award for Distinguished Service. On reflecting on the events of the last year, I humbly can acknowledge that I'm not accepting this award on behalf of any monumental achievement that I've helped advance. Rather, today, I'm accepting this award as a reflection of our shared commitment to the hard work that lies ahead to bring about a better Duke community, a better nation, and a better world. Thank you so much.
And next, we have Michael Howard, Managing Director, Duke Recreation and Physical Education. As Duke worked to respond to the pandemic, Michael Howard was tasked with an extraordinary and unprecedented challenge, planning and implementing a strategy to safely reopen the Wilson Recreation Center for students returning in the fall. He coordinated this massive undertaking based on public and employee health guidance, giving students a vital lifeline for recreation and release in an uncertain year. Michael has also demonstrated leadership in our anti-racism efforts, advocating for equity and justice on several university committees and leading roundtable discussions for his staff. For his exceptional efforts this year, and with the acknowledgement that I work out of Wilson most mornings, I'm delighted to present Michael Howard with a presidential award.
I'm extremely grateful for this award. Definitely was shocked to receive it because I simply show up every day and do what I love to do, but definitely appreciative of it. I know our team is extremely appreciative because it shows that folks value what we brought to the table this year and beyond, but definitely thankful and extremely grateful for the award.
Next, we have Charlie Neifel, Senior Director, Office of Information Technology. Charlie Neifel has provided critical leadership in technology throughout his time at Duke, helping to meet the data and computational needs of some of the university and health system's most complex research. Over the course of the past year, he's turned his talents toward the rapid creation of new computational abilities that have enabled our pandemic response, including the development of the 𝐀𝐛𝐨𝐮𝐭 app to keep our employees, researchers, and students safe, managing the data for Duke's testing initiative, and deploying strategies that support the health system's patient care. His efforts have been vital to the success of our campus operations, and I'm delighted to present Charlie Neifel with a presidential award.
I want to thank my wife, Amy, for putting up with me for working at home for the last year. Most of the credit for the work done on 𝐀𝐛𝐨𝐮 goes to the great team in OIT and DHI, the Duke Institute for Health Innovation. Shalene Walker, Mike Revoir, Matt Gardner, Scott Barkey, Lori Puccio, Mark McHale, Liz Wendland, and numerous others. The systems team, the database team, the analytics team have all stepped up to help out. The team in DHVI has been amazing to work with. Tony Moody and Tom Denny run a great operation. Teams led by Matt Sears, who collect the samples, have done an amazing job with all of the evolutions of the app and the challenges seen over a high pressure project. I wanted to be also sure to thank my boss, Tracy Cupey, for supporting me in this, the entire senior team at OIT, especially Richard Beaver and Bob Johnson, and finally a shout out to Kyle Kavanaugh for trusting enough in OIT and the technology to let this happen. This award means a lot to me. It reflects upon the hard work done in OIT over the last year. We started before Duke closed to plan around what we might need to do, from implementing faster, more resilient internet services to ensuring that we could capture the data needed to manage the crisis. I'm very proud of the teams I've worked with in the past year and hope that we can start to return to a more normal world in the coming months. Thank you.
Next, we have Victoria Krebs, Associate Dean of Students, Title IX Outreach and Response in Student Affairs. Victoria Krebs has been vital to Duke's efforts to make Title IX Outreach and Response more holistic and responsive to the needs of our community. She oversees student-facing issues of sexual assault, sexual harassment, relationship violence, and other situations involving gender-based violence, guiding students through the intervention process with compassion and grace. In the early days of the pandemic, she took on the additional role of helping to facilitate our Keep Learning team, helping to address the needs and concerns of thousands of students who had been displaced by the move to remote learning. For her extraordinary efforts, I'm delighted to present Victoria Krebs with a presidential award.
I'm so grateful for this recognition and for my friends and colleagues who nominated me. This award brings attention to the important work of addressing sexual misconduct in a way that's compassionate, fair, prompt, and addresses the concerns of both parties. It has truly been the professional honor of my life to have had the opportunity to do this work at Duke. We've all been so busy this year, yet people still took time to write those beautiful letters about me and my work. I am so lucky to be surrounded by such wonderful friends and colleagues who inspire me every day. Thank you.
Next, we have Robin Miller, Associate Vice President of Disbursements and Training, Duke Financial Services. In the midst of the pandemic, Robin Miller worked tirelessly to minimize financial disruptions for university employees. Over the course of the past year, Robin transitioned financial and research administrative trainings to a virtual setting, led efforts to administer payments to student employees in a remote learning environment, facilitated the additional leave days granted to university employees last year, and oversaw implementation of vital cost reduction policies that have enabled the university to continue to operate in this unprecedented fiscal environment. She's gone above and beyond to sustain the financial foundation of our extraordinarily complex university operations, and I'm delighted to present Robin Miller with the Presidential Award.
I'm so honored to be joined with the esteemed set of colleagues. The work that has been accomplished across the university and health system, particularly in the midst of the pandemic, is quite astounding. It is a privilege to be a part of the efforts, and it's a true testament of the outstanding teamwork across the institution. I've been overwhelmed with emotion and the utmost level of gratitude to receive this Presidential Award. I'm extremely blessed to have had the opportunity to partner with extraordinary colleagues and teams across the university and health system. It's been the amazing people who have made this journey so fulfilling. A special thank you to my disbursements and training leadership teams and all of the other Duke colleagues who nominated me for this award. I am so grateful for your partnership and support. Thank you also to each of my teams for all the extra efforts that you do each and every day. You are all my Duke family, and I'm honored to receive this award. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the committee for selecting me as an award recipient. I'm proud to walk the path with my Duke family. Thank you again.
Next up, Erin Wood, Senior IT Analyst, Duke Cancer Institute. Among the many members of the Duke cancer community, Erin Wood stands out. She's not only a committed and talented leader on the information systems team, she is also a stage 4 colon cancer survivor who continues to battle this disease while working and receiving treatment at Duke. A committed advocate, she coordinates patient groups, leads a team for the Duke Colorectal Cancer Crush 5K, and has traveled to Washington to lobby Congress for additional research funding. She's given TV interviews to raise awareness about the disease and participates in patient events around campus. Her colleagues at the Cancer Institute say that she's inspired a renewed appreciation for their important work. For these exceptional efforts, I'm delighted to present Erin Wood with a Presidential Award.
Thank you so much for this Presidential Award. It means so much to me. I am very honored, humbled, still kind of in shock that I was nominated and then receiving the award. I want to thank Jeff Chinger, my coworkers. We've got a great team. My family, all of my coworkers that have helped me and been by me all these years. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to our individual awardees. I'm now pleased to introduce this year's team winners. First up, Duke Health Technology Solutions Telehealth. Since the outset of the pandemic, the DHTS telehealth team has supported an unprecedented spike in telehealth video visits, from 100 visits per month to 2,000 visits per day, an increase of 59,900%. The team remained committed to patient care throughout, troubleshooting issues as they arose, and helping answer questions from patients and providers over the phone. Their efforts have allowed for tens of thousands of patients to receive care that they may not have otherwise, and they continue to average between 1,200 and 1,500 video visits per day. For their incredible efforts, I'm delighted to present DHTS Telehealth with a Presidential Award.
It is an extreme honor to be associated with such an amazing team and given the opportunity to help accept the prestigious Duke University Presidential Award on their behalf. This extraordinary group of individuals worked tirelessly to develop the technology and operational infrastructure associated with telehealth to support our providers and ensure that patient care didn't miss a beat during this unprecedented time. I would be remiss if I didn't take a minute to also thank several other teams that made significant contributions to these efforts. I would like to mention DHTS's Customer Service Center, OIT, our training teams, and the redeployed clinic staff and their leadership. Thank you all for your hard work and dedication.
I would like to express our team's sincere gratitude in accepting this Duke University Presidential Award for the team's efforts in making the telehealth transformation across Duke Health. We went from just 100 video visits a month to over 2,000 in a day. This ability to provide care to patients using telehealth continues with a record number of almost 30,000 video visits last month. This has all been made possible by this team and countless others, including digital strategy, DHTS, Maestro care teams, PRMO and revenue managers, legal and compliance, providers, clinic staff, and many others. Thank you for all the many contributions in making this possible.
Next up, Duke Health Marketing and Communications. Duke Health Marketing and Communications played a vital role in communicating about Duke's efforts to treat and respond to COVID-19. In the early days of the pandemic, when much was still unknown about transmission, members of the team put themselves at risk to capture video and in-person interviews with frontline workers to demonstrate the safety and efficacy of Duke's efforts, reassuring patients and the local community. Much of the content that they generated will be used in future trainings to help ensure that Duke is well prepared to respond to the challenges of the future. For their commitment to providing invaluable information to our community, I'm pleased to present Duke Health Marketing and Communications with a Presidential Award.
We'd like to thank you, President Price, and we'd like to thank everyone who nominated us for this award and who did so especially during a tumultuous time in our history.
It takes a much bigger team than just the three of us to do what we do every day, so we'd like to thank our whole communications team and everyone across the Duke system that helped us do what we do every day.
And without the nurses, doctors, staff, and patients who were open to telling their stories, we wouldn't have anything to tell, so we'd like to thank them as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Duke Family Medicine. Early in the pandemic, the Duke Family Medicine team mobilized to prepare for and implement the very first student COVID tests on campus. Their work with hospital administration led to the establishment of a separate COVID clinic in their office and the creation of a COVID testing tent in the parking lot where students, employees, and later patients could be safely tested. All the while, they continued to see patients and meet the needs of the community. For their bravery and commitment throughout the pandemic, I am delighted to present Duke Family Medicine with a Presidential Award.
Hi, my name is John Ragsdale, and I'm the Chief of the Division of Family Medicine in the Department of Family Medicine and Community Health. I wanted to thank Dr. Price and his team for recognizing us for this big honor. For me, this award recognizes the extraordinary bravery and commitment to our patients by the nurses, staff, and providers in the early days of the pandemic, when not much was known about the virus and most of the health system was shut down. We never closed. In fact, we stayed open. We created new service lines to include the virtual visit platform and the drive-through testing center in our backyard. I'm proud to accept this award for the remarkable transformation that we accomplished and under these very difficult circumstances. Thank you so much.
Next up, Duke Student Contact Tracing. As we planned for the return of students for the fall semester, we knew that contact tracing would be a vital component of a successful campus experience. The dedicated members of the Duke Student Contact Tracing team, which consists of redeployed student affairs staff, one athletic staff member, and a large volume of volunteers, immediately went to work to prevent the spread of COVID-19 on campus. This team built relationships with students that tested positive for COVID, provided support for students in isolation, and investigated potential violations of the Duke Compact. And they've been absolutely instrumental to our success this year. For their willingness to serve our students with compassion, I'm pleased to present the Duke Student Contact Tracing team with a Presidential Award.
The Duke Student Contact Tracing Team is honored to accept the Duke Presidential Award this year. Our team is made up of redeployed staff members from across the university, as well as over 100 campus community members who have volunteered their time to this project. Our mission has been to provide connection with students who are COVID positive and to prevent the spread of COVID on our campus and within our community. I'd like to congratulate the team members on their recognition, their hard work, their teamwork, the sacrifices they have made, and the compassion that they have provided to students and to each other. I'm honored to accept the Duke Presidential Award on behalf of the Duke Student Contact Tracing Team, and I thank each of them for their service to Duke University.
Next, Duke Human Vaccine Institute. All of us will benefit from the work of the Duke Human Vaccine Institute, which has been working since February 2020 to develop and research vaccines for COVID-19. In addition to these critical efforts, DHVI also developed an in-house test, worked with the Duke administration to organize campus testing programs, trained healthcare workers early on to use PPE, and are leading the Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccine studies on campus. For their many contributions to fight against COVID-19, I am delighted to present the Duke Human Vaccine Institute with a Presidential Award.
It is my honor to accept this Duke Presidential Team Award on behalf of the team leaders and all 260 team members of the Duke Human Vaccine Institute. We are humbled and honored by this award because responding to pandemics with basic and translational science is what we do. We're so grateful to the School of Medicine and the university for support for all of our efforts, and as well are grateful to all 260 members of DHVI who've worked so hard to help control this pandemic. To all of our colleagues throughout Duke, we say thank you for all of your collaboration and hard work. And to the Presidential Awards Committee, we're so grateful for this honor and recognition.
Next up, the Latin 19 team. At the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, Duke faculty convened the Latinx Advocacy Team and Interdisciplinary Network for COVID-19, known as Latin 19, to identify disparities in care and critical needs of the Latinx community in North Carolina. Over the past year, the team has brought concerns of the Latinx populations to the attention of key stakeholders in government and healthcare, has supported efforts of local and regional task forces, and has advocated for inclusive policies at Duke Health. Their efforts are credited in part for a significant decline in COVID-19 cases among Latinx residents in Durham. For their commitment and advocacy, I am pleased to present the Latin 19 team with a Presidential Award.
Muchas gracias, Duke University President. It is an honor to receive this Presidential Award on behalf of Latin 19. Latin 19's success belongs to our Comunidad Latina and allies working collaboratively to lift up the community, recognizing its values, contributions, dignity, and resilience, listening to community recommendations and making changes to support our Latina community, not just during the pandemic, but in an organized effort to dismantle structural reasons that often leave the community marginalized and without appropriate access to healthcare, health, and wellness. Somos Latin 19, and sí se puede.
Next, the Wolf Holland team. As visionary researchers and infectious disease specialists, Cam Wolf and Tom Holland have been instrumental to Duke's leadership in the global response to COVID-19. Tom led the inpatient clinical teams caring for patients infected with COVID, developing treatment protocols and infection prevention practices that ensured the safety of our patients, staff, nurses, and physicians. As leader of the Biological and Emergency Preparedness Team, Cam coordinated a data-driven response to the public health crisis, providing leadership to our campus, the wider community, and the Atlantic Coast Conference. For their dedication, I'm pleased to present the Wolf Holland team with a Presidential Award.
It's really incredible to be honored with the Presidential Award today, really on behalf of the Division of Infectious Diseases and hospitalists. It's been an incredible year. Just thinking back on the early days with the hospitalist and the nurses setting up the units where we would take care of COVID patients. And likewise setting up research efforts and the protocols that we would use, and just learning how to best take care of patients with COVID to help them get better. It's amazing to reflect on what's happened in the past year. It's an honor to be picked as one of the representatives of this alongside Cam Wolf, who's done so much this year also. So thanks to everyone for that.
Hey, I'm really humbled to receive and be nominated to be received for a presidential award. This last 12 months has been pretty challenging, I think, for all of us. And so to have effort on behalf of lots of people, frankly, who've put in enormous amounts of effort over the last 12 months to help the hospital and the university adjust is actually really humbling. I think we represent hundreds, if not more, people who've just really bent over backwards to try and find ways to help Duke adjust, from staff to faculty to patients, and to finally start seeing some light at the end of the tunnel as our vaccines roll out amongst students and staff and patients is really pleasing. So this is pretty humbling to be the face of that, I guess, and I'm just honored to be able to receive that, so thank you.
Congratulations to all of today's winners. When we think of a university, we might imagine students marching around with backpacks and headphones and basketball players in Cameron. But it's the employees, the people who work tirelessly in support of everything we do on this campus, who are the heart and the soul of our university community. It's thanks to your efforts that we're able to educate the leaders of tomorrow. It's thanks to your efforts that our campus is renowned not only for its beauty, but for its world-class facilities. It's thanks to your efforts that the health system is able to save or improve countless lives. It's thanks to your efforts, the efforts of everyone in this virtual room, that we're emerging from the pandemic into a future that lives up to Duke's values and promise. I'm deeply grateful for your commitment and service as Duke University people, and I'm very excited about what we can accomplish together. Thank you. That concludes our formal ceremony. Congratulations and very best wishes.